Good morning, everyone. We'll go ahead and get started. Let me first of all thank those who set this tent up and make it so warm in here. Thank you very much. I'm Tom Miller. I'm the CEO of Louisville Health, and today it's an important milestone in health access for Louisville, for the region, and for the entire Commonwealth. People from across the nation and across the world look to Frazier Rehab Institute for innovations and life-enhancing treatments and therapies. Today, in partnership with Kindred Healthcare, we're investing to widen access to the world-class care for those in our own community. More on that in just a moment, but first I'd like to welcome some of our important guests. And let me first welcome the Frazier family. If there's anybody here from the Frazier family, they have made a difference in establishing this rehab center that is providing care throughout the world. I also want to recognize Lieutenant Governor Coleman. Thank you for your ongoing leadership and the entire Beshear administration to recognize the importance of investing in healthcare in our community. And I will tell you, as an educator, she has been a stalwart for making a difference in our community, so thank you. We'll be hearing from you in just a minute. I also want to recognize Ben Breyer, CEO of Kindred Healthcare. Jason Zachariah, who's the president and COO of Kindred. And importantly to me, my boss, Neely Bendapudi, who is such a leader in this community. I also want to recognize some members of the board of Kindred Healthcare that might be present. If you'll just raise your hands, we'll recognize those. I know we have a few members of Frazier Board with us. Kathy Mershon, Kathy. Dr. Daryl Kaland. We also have some other legislators with us. Marcus Winkler from District 17. David James, I'm not sure if David made it yet. He was on his way. Grace Summerall from the mayor's office. Our mayor got called to D.C. for a signing of the investment bill, so that's a wonderful opportunity. I also want to thank Joe Baugh from MedHost, who's helping to finance this. Mike Poole and a team from Robinson Morton, who we have built many hospitals with over the years. Mike. U of L Health marks its second year anniversary this month as a combined health system. The pandemic made it more challenging than we had planned, but even in the midst of COVID, we followed through with our commitment to reduce barriers and to care by increasing access. In the last year alone, we've opened up 5 new urgent care centers. We've recruited more than 100 doctors to underserved areas in our community. And then we have announced plans that we hope to follow through with next month with the groundbreaking to add beds in Bullitt County to be the first hospital in Bullitt County. Today we begin a $21 million investment to expand Frazier Rehab and give more people more access to our world-class care. The new hospital will include 40 inpatient beds, all private rooms, multidisciplinary gymnasiums with the latest therapy and technology, augmented reality balance training, therapeutic bionics, full body exoskeletons, and a transitional living apartment to help people get back to their functional capacity. It also creates job opportunities for another 140 healthcare providers in the community. In addition to our doctors and nurses, we'll need many of our team members helping to make a difference here. The new rehab hospital joins our downtown Frazier Rehab Institute and 17 other outpatient locations that we provide care throughout the community. It's why Frazier Institute is the largest comprehensive rehabilitation system in Kentucky. In the last 12 months, our system has seen patients from each of the 120 counties in the Commonwealth. We take pride in caring for the Commonwealth and appreciate the support of the state. Lieutenant Governor has shown tremendous support for the healthcare workers throughout the COVID process. More recently, the administration has been very busy announcing several big economic development projects, and we're glad this might be one of them. Today, we combine both healthcare and development needs, and we're honored that she will join us today. Let me introduce Lieutenant Governor Jacqueline Coleman.
thank you all so much. It is an honor to be here. My connection with U of L goes back generations. My grandfather was actually U of L's first 1,000-point scorer. I was sharing that with President Ben DePuty, just to make sure she knew that. But I told her he was 6'8", but my grandmother was 4'11", and so that's why I was a better coach than I was a player. But you win some, you lose some. But thank you all so much for having me here today. U of L means so much to me. The city of Louisville means so much to me, and it is so great to see us all come together for this groundbreaking of this new facility. It is an outstanding partnership between organizations that have brought hope and healing to generations of Kentuckians, and you have done outstanding work, especially during the COVID-19 pandemic that none of us could have anticipated. Ben and Jason, thank you so much to everyone at Kindred Spirit for your partnership, especially in the world of long-term care where you've worked to vaccinate residents and staff to protect some of the most vulnerable Kentuckians from this deadly disease. Thank you to Tom and Neely and everyone from U of L Health for your partnership. And that includes the unprecedented level of cooperation that you've established with the other healthcare systems in this region. To both of your teams, thank you. To the doctors and the nurses, the custodial staff, everyone who played a role in the long hours, the compassion, the service, and the sacrifice throughout this pandemic. You truly deserve to be called healthcare heroes. And I look forward to the day when COVID-19 is finally behind us, and we don't have to worry about any of the patients who will receive care in the facilities contracting or spreading the disease. That day is coming, and like you, I wish we were already there. Yesterday, we held a memorial for the 10,000 Kentuckians we've lost to this disease, and we've commissioned an artist to create a permanent memorial for them. It is essential that we continue to do all that we can do to keep as many Kentuckians' names off of that list as possible. And right now, we're working to make sure that everyone age 5 and up get their shot of hope. The booster is also available to all Kentuckians. My husband and I just got boosted last week, and I encourage everybody who is eligible to do that as well. Getting more people vaccinated is the only way that we will get out of this pandemic. We will save lives. We will erase the burden on our hospitals and our frontline healthcare heroes who have borne the burden of this pandemic. And that is essential for our economy as well. And this facility, as you mentioned, is going to provide not just support and care, but also it's going to be part of the economic boom that we're seeing all across Kentucky. It represents not just a building, not just a facility, but opportunity and the need for inpatient rehabilitation. It is almost a $21 million investment that will create 140 jobs right here. And U of L Health Frazier Rehabilitation Brownsboro is one example of the record levels of investments that we're seeing all across Kentucky. Since taking office, we have announced nearly 420 projects creating more than 24,000 jobs for Kentuckians. In that same time frame, the private sector has announced more than $12.6 billion worth of investments in the Commonwealth. And for this year, it's not even Thanksgiving yet, although it kind of feels like Christmas today, but it's not even Thanksgiving yet. But we've already shattered every economic development record for investments in a single year. The biggest one of those, thank you. The biggest one of those, I'm sure you heard of, this company that by the name of Ford, who has just so kindly worked with SK Innovation and announced a $6 billion investment that will create 5,000 jobs for Kentuckians, actually not too far from here. And Bill Ford Jr. actually told us when he was at the announcement that announcement was as monumental as the moment the first Model T rolled off the line. And that just took me back because I'm a history teacher. And so to understand the magnitude of that moment, not only that, but this iconic company they bet on us. They bet on Kentucky. And we are going to be the home of where the company that employs more Americans than any other in this country is betting the future of their company on the electric vehicle. And our battery plants are going to power the future of Ford in America and around the world. So it's humbling to realize when we look at what's going on around us, because truly our economy is on fire. Gone are the days when Kentucky will be thought of as a flyover state, because today we are a destination of economic growth. And Congress pushing the bipartisan federal infrastructure bill is more good news for our economy. I'm so glad Mayor Fisher was able to be with them today. This means $5 billion to help ensure that your kids and mine travel on the safest roads and across stable bridges. We'll use these funds to increase broadband access, expand our electric vehicle charging network, and invest in public transportation and so much more. This will be an economic investment boost for Kentucky businesses and our communities. And the key to economic development, A, is education, and B, is healthy workers. And so this announcement today, while not one necessarily economic in nature, provides the foundation of the future of a healthy, educated workforce in Kentucky that will continue to help our economy grow. And that's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to come together for the right things and to support Kentucky. And so thank you so much to everyone here today for your labor, for your dedication, and for your compassion on behalf of Kentuckians. Thank you for the healing that you will use this property to provide through your facility to Kentuckians who need it. So thank you all, and God bless.
Thank you, Lieutenant Governor. We appreciate the administration's support of healthcare in this community and their mission to keep us all safe. So thank you very much. You know, we wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for the opportunity to partner with another company. And I'd like to introduce Ben Breyer. Ben is the CEO of Kindred Healthcare. We are together building this opportunity to make a difference in this community. So Ben, please come forward.
Shake off the cold. That helps. Good morning, everybody. It's great to be here with all of you. Lieutenant Governor Coleman, thank you for those great words and for all the work that you and Governor Beshear and your administration are doing for the Commonwealth. We're greatly appreciative. Tom Miller, for the leadership that you've shown with U of L Health over these last number of years. You've gone through an enormous transition, dealt with a global pandemic, and come out of it with a health system that has never been in a better place and performing more strongly than it is today than ever. So thank you. And to Dr. Bendaputi for your leadership of this university, what you provide for this community. Words really can't describe how important you are to this city, to this state, to Kindred, to me personally. We're very grateful for your leadership. Thank you so much for everything that you do. And I want to make one last thank you to the members of the U of L Health Board, to Pat Malloy, to Diane Medley, to so many others who work tirelessly, Tom, to help the university and the health system continue to flourish and grow. And this project, in collaboration with Kindred, is just one of many, many examples, as Tom laid out, of the wonderful work happening all across the Commonwealth with what U of L Health is doing today. Well, I was thrilled when we announced that we were going to work together, Kindred and U of L Health, to build this wonderful new rehabilitation hospital here, U of L Health Frazier Rehabilitation Hospital of Brownsboro. And I'm incredibly excited, of course, to be here today as we head towards our groundbreaking. Over the last several years at Kindred Healthcare, we have done numerous joint venture partnerships with wonderful health systems all across the country. But I tell you, there's not one closer to my heart than doing it here with you all, and we're excited to bring our brand of partnership to what U of L Health is doing to create, as Lieutenant Governor Coleman talked about, this wonderful opportunity not only to create hope, healing, and recovery for so many people who need it from all across the Commonwealth, but also for the economic development that clearly will happen here as well. We really couldn't think of a better partner to partner with than U of L Health. When I think about U of L Health, I think about innovation. I think about collaboration, I think about health information, and I think about investment in the community, which is so important, I think, in all parts of this city and all parts of this Commonwealth, so we feel very fortunate. I don't know if you know, but for more than 65 years, U of L Health and Frazier Rehab Institute has been recognized nationally as a leader in rehabilitation care. And I found this story interesting, that what began when Amelia Brown Frazier opened a rehabilitation center in the basement of the Louisville General Hospital is now a destination where patients, quite literally from all across the world, seek out Frazier Rehab for their incredibly needed care. We are truly excited to partner with U of L Health. It's going to be a wonderful project that we bring forward, and we are very, very Test. Yep, we're back on. Neely, Lieutenant Governor, Tom, thank you all for having us. We're grateful to be a part of this partnership. Let me bring up my partner, Jason Zachariah, who's the President and Chief Operating Officer of Kindred, and really, along with his team, I see Marty and Russ and Cleve and Doug and so many others, Joe Ball back there from MedVest, have done an incredible amount of work to get this project ready to get up and off the ground. Jason, take it away. Thank you all.
Thank you, Ben, for the kind words, and to Tom, and Neely for this amazing partnership and the nice introductions. This event was worth putting long johns on for, and it's such a monumental day for both our organizations. I'm pleased to be partners with the University of Louisville Health, and today we begin construction on this new 40-bed destination center of excellence in rehabilitation, the second of its kind within our community, and obviously a sister campus to the main Frazier Rehabilitation Institute. This partnership brings together decades, as Ben articulately shared, of best-in-class rehabilitation that the Frazier Rehab Institute, led by Kathy Spalding, has done for so many decades, and bringing the best-in-class of clinical and leadership and also clinical platforming that Kindred has. And this is now our 29th builds on 29 current joint ventures that we have with best-in-class acute care healthcare institutions around the country. And nothing better to have this in our backyard, our home, our Commonwealth, and just grateful. To Neely, to Tom, to Kathy, Jim Rayome, and the University of Health Board, thank you for being so progressive to bring partnership together to serve the most vulnerable Americans right here in our Commonwealth, but also in the region. This, mark my words, just builds on the multi-state regional excellence as well as global excellence that Frazier brings, and I'm just blessed that we're a part of that. To my Kindred colleagues, starting with Ben, and when he engaged with Neely and Tom, and then to Marty Mann, our head of partnerships, Cleve Harrelson of Capital Development, and Russ Bailey, who will be leading his teams through this, along with Kathy's team, to deliver this great care. And then to Doug Weidman and Doug Hernut on our development team. It takes a village, and to Barbara Langford on the CON side, and to Jeff Stodgels on our legal side, working with Jim Rayome. And then really to our architects and developers. There's going to be a lot of subs. It's going to create a lot of jobs. But I hope we can bless this land, that it's safe, that there's zero harm to the workers and all of that. It's a big project, and we want to look forward to this groundbreaking, this ribbon cutting here within the year to have a blessed place for care, but that there was no injuries on this. This building, as Tom mentioned, 55,000 square feet, state-of-the-art facility. This is going to be employing a variety of disciplines, obviously on the physician side, and therapy and nursing and all of the ancillary services. About 140 jobs will be created once it's at full capacity, but really a focus on stroke recovery, amputation, brain and spinal cord injury, and even Parkinson's, as well as many other acute rehabilitation needs. This Frazier Rehabilitation Hospital Brownsboro will strive to provide superior clinical outcomes. Our results-oriented care will be around comprehensive evaluation to determine individualized treatment plans, and that will ultimately put a interdisciplinary team that will have the #1 goal is to bring them back home, back to the community safely, which we do in over 85% of our patients around the country. In addition to advanced therapy programs, the hospital will have that secure brain injury unit with low stimulus, provide hope, healing, and recovery. And so many of these amenities are about adapting patients back to their their quality of life at home or once pre-injury or illness. And with that, we are going to have the latest medical technology, as Tom was mentioning, with advanced robotics for upper extremity and lower extremities, and to increase mobility, to increase function. And that's all about getting the patient home sooner and in a safe setting, which is back in the community. So with that, we are excited that this will be a place that will be of great healing to the east side also of Louisville and more access, but then to the entire region that maybe wasn't here available before in this part of the community. So, with that, I would like to introduce Dr. Bendaputi, President of University of Louisville. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. I can tell that all the words gladden my heart because I feel warmer now than I was sitting there when we started. This is truly a great day. It's a great day for the university. It's a great day for UofL Health and for our partners at Kindred Healthcare. So let me begin, first of all, by thanking you, Lieutenant Governor Coleman and Governor Beshear, for everything you and your administration are doing. We so appreciate your support for healthcare and for education in this community. Can you all hear me okay? I can't seem to lift this down. I'm not gonna stand on my tippy toes, so this is it. I will tell you a couple of things. It's hard for me to believe it's only been 2 years since we acquired UofL Health and put it together. After all, I've only been here 3.5 years, and more than half of it has been during COVID. A little secret that many of you may not know, as we thought about acquiring UofL Health, leading up to it, it was a very tense time, a lot of stress, uncertainty about what to do. But what many of you may not know is that Ben Breyer was one of my confidants, one of my advisors, one of my counselors and helpers through the process. And for that, Ben, I don't think I've ever revealed it publicly. I will tell you that I owe you a huge debt of gratitude. So would you please give him a big round of applause? I also want to say have you give a huge round of applause, and my sincere thank you to both the UofL Board of Trustees who made this happen and to UofL Health. That board has been so instrumental in making today possible. Would you give them a round of applause?